Welcome to Animates, a retro anime review comedy podcast. These episodes contain spoilers and adult language, so stick around if you're cool like that. Welcome to Animates, your source for all things retro anime. My name is Mackenzie, joined by my lovely co-host Lindsay.
What's up, people?
Now, Lindsay, last week we played a game.
Yes, we
where
did.
You
Jigsaw.
had to pick a series from 3 different songs, and you chose X from Clamp.
Oh man, I'm so good.
Now, you still have 2 more songs.
I do still have 2 more songs.
So you will be picking again what series you will be watching this week. Do you need a refresher of what those songs sound like?
I don't.
Your options for the folks at home were the very Spanishy adventure sounding guitar theme song, and the incredibly 80s workout video, just windbreakers and lycra.
Spandex and neon and...
sounding ass theme song with keytars and all that jazz.
Ooh, yes.
So now, Lindsay, the question is...
Which one do I want to do?
Now I will let you answer or ask one more question if you want, or you can just raw dog it.
I'm going to raw dog it. I don't have any questions.
All right. Are we going Spanish guitar or are we going 80s guitar jam?
I think we're going to go Spanish guitar this week.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then finish out with some hard 80s action.
All right. We'll come into December with some hard 80s.
I don't know why I laughed at that.
It's better than saying we'll come into some hard 80s in December.
I mean, you don't know what I do on my weekends.
Droopy balls.
As long as he doesn't have an air and he has a cough.
Oh my gosh. Anyways. Lindsay, this week you chose fantasy.
Okay.
Do you need some more? Do you need more information than that?
Yeah, because otherwise I'm just gonna make my own plot and then we're gonna get off track super fast.
Sorry, you chose the fantasy anime Slayers.
Ooh.
Specifically, and this is gonna sound weird, the 3rd season, Slayers Try.
Is it like the Try Guys?
No.
Like this week they try drag, and then the next week the Slayers try like cooking macarons.
It goes like Slayers next, Slayers Try. There's like Slayers, a bunch of stuff. They just always put a word on the end.
Oh, okay.
And I know some people will complain that I'm not having you start at the beginning, but I have prepared a quick catch-up guide for you.
I mean, if there's one thing we learned from last week's episode, is that if you start at the beginning, people find it boring and they don't enjoy it.
I didn't say boring. I just said not what I expected. Anyways, The Slayers focuses on the adventures of Lina Inverse, a pint-sized sorceress who loves food and blowing shit up.
Okay.
Tagging along with her is Gowry, who is basically a golden retriever in armor with a sword.
Oh, I love it so much.
It is a human.
Oh. I was just picturing like Mr. Peanut Butter.
No, she doesn't have a literal dog walking with her. Just the character
now I don't want to
itself.
watch it. Now we're gonna go for the 80s one. Fuck this show.
That's literally like like the golden retriever type boyfriends.
Fine.
They're not dating, quote unquote. But,
okay, but the golden retriever guy.
Yeah, basically in the 1st season, they stumble into like a dark conspiracy with like ancient magic and a cursed artifact and a really stupidly named demon lord called Shabranigdo.
You gotta be real careful saying that name.
Then we come to Slayers next, where we kind of like level up with like bigger demon lords and like a shady new ally named Zelos.
Oh no.
More characters, more higher stakes, classic 90s fantasy anime.
Perfect.
I fucking love Slayers. It is one of my favorite fantasy anime of all time.
Even more than Lodos?
No.
Oh.
But it is one of my top, I'd say it's in my top 3 probably.
Oh, wow.
Just Slayers as a whole. Because I loved it so much. I watched my Slayers Try VHS like probably once a month. Think of it like Legend of Vox Machina, but more for teenagers.
So not as raunchy?
Depending on...
just doesn't have 3 peni at one point?
No, but...
Well, I don't want to watch it.
If you end up liking Slayers, we will probably eventually watch one of the movies in like the spring or something, because they're non-canon, and they follow Lina Inverse and her both enemy and essentially best friend Naga, the serpent. But she is hilarious and also like 60% boob. They are round.
Wow. You could cut glass with those.
She is incredible.
Where is that bottom going?
to places unknown.
To the dark side of the moon. Holy crap.
But yeah, so if you end up liking it, we'll probably watch a movie just so we can get experience them together. But Slayer's Try is about Lina and her friends heading to an unexplored land after an ancient seal is broken that has kept them isolated away from the rest of the world.
Okay.
But only after they meet up with a strange princess who wants to test their abilities.
It's always the princesses.
She is something special.
Oh,
She wields a
no.
giant mace and may or may not have a tail, exciting furries and scalies around the world.
I mean, I could see that. Should I Google what this person looks like?
No, you'll see it in the show.
Oh no. Just judging from this one person's costume, I'm a little nervous.
Hold on, I'll send you a picture of Slayer's Try. Specifically, the cover, this is a DVD, but it's the cover of my VHS tape.
Cute.
In the image I sent you, the one in the bottom right is the Golden Retriever Gowery.
Oh, that makes sense then. Oh man, this is so 90s.
As a kid, had the biggest crush on Lina Inverse. She's feisty. She is a redhead. She does magic.
What? You like a magic wielding redhead?
Surprise, surprise, everybody.
Who's this Nightcrawler looking motherfucker?
The Nightcrawler looking guy is Zelgadis.
Ooh.
He's kind of like a chimera of a human and a rock golem and a blue demon. But I have a feeling you're probably going to think he's hot.
Oh, I'll be the judge of that.
Well, that being said, let's go slay a dragon.
Ooh.
And we are back from watching 4 episodes of Slayer's Try. Now, I must admit, I should have probably had us start with the OG or Next, as they are arguably the preferred and better series overall. And this one, unfortunately, does start a little slow, so that was a bit of a dumb mistake on my end.
I mean, we both make dumb mistakes when it comes to introducing people to series. Let's just move on.
But I could have lied and said, oh, I actually selected my OG Slayers VHS, but random is random, and I stuck to the game.
This is
So-
what the fates chose.
There we go. But with that being said, Lindsay, I have to ask, did the humor and action work their magic, or is it more of a Gowery level confusion for you?
A Gowery level confusion?
Yeah,
I
because
mean, just the-
Gowery is just dumb.
Oh, I just called him. First off, I thought his name was Gory. But I just called him Golden Retriever in my notes.
Oh, sorry, yes, Gowery.
Gowery. No, I thought this was a cute little show. It was very colorful. Holy shit. I'm sure it gets better, and it's definitely amusing to watch. But yeah, the first couple episodes we watched were definitely very slow. And
I know. As soon as I was like rewatching the OG and Next this week, I was like, damn it.
And it also, like, maybe, I guess because this is the third series or whatever, I think
Yeah.
the other thing was all these characters already kind of knew each other
Yes.
in a way that, like, I didn't. And so it felt very obvious that I was coming in, like, mid-story to these people.
We get that with Vox Machina too, though. They already
I
knew each
mean-
other in the start of the cartoon.
I don't know. I think there was just, like, but they all start together, whereas this one, it was like you're meeting people along the way in episodes
That's
and they
fair.
already know each other.
You really only get Lina and Gowery in the first couple episodes of the original one. You wouldn't have met Zelos. You wouldn't have seen Amelia. You wouldn't have seen any of those other characters.
Oh, okay.
So, because some of them don't come in until much later. So it was kind of like one of the good things about going with Try was that you did get to at least see the personalities and all the different types of characters instead of just Lina and Gowery.
Yeah, the
or-
party is assembled pretty early.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and they do a really good job of making the party very diverse and well-rounded in terms of character design. Like, nobody looks too similar, so you can tell everybody apart, which is really nice.
You've got big redhead, dumb blonde, rock boy,
Tiny child,
tiny child.
priestess, hot villain in crop top.
I feel like I knew you were going to be a fan of Valgav.
Was it because I kept putting heart eyes in my reactions to every picture you sent me of him?
Yeah. As soon as I was rewatching and I saw that, I was like, yeah, that seems like the kind of guy she would have had a crush on if she watched this when she was younger.
Yeah, 100%. He has like a deep voice. Although Crispin Freeman is in this one and he plays Zelgadis.
He does, yes.
Man, I love his voice.
I do love Zelgadis, cocky
He's
little
very cool.
bastard.
Oh my gosh, he's so funny. I like him.
But style-wise,
Ooh.
it is probably one of my favorites, like style-wise, anime of all time.
Oh, really?
I really, really love Lina Inverse's design and her silly little face. Those
She does
big
have a
ass
silly little
eyes and
face.
pointy
Oh
little
my
face.
gosh.
It's
Yeah.
very expressive.
Yeah, they're very over the top in how they express anything.
Even like when they like go to like moments of like chibi or like thirsty, it doesn't just flash for a second. They're just like, no, we're gonna hold this out for a little while just to really let you soak it in.
They're just like, ah! And you're like, okay, we're expressing feelings here, guys.
Yeah, unfortunately, Slayers is not treated well these days.
Oh, why not?
Well,
Oh no. Tell me about a controversy.
one reason to hate, sorry, no, not one, another reason to hate Fox.
Oh.
Fox Kids beat out Cartoon Network to get the rights to multiple shows.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
we
that's
still had
just how
Fox
the
Kids
business
as
works.
kids, yeah. But then they decided it would be too hard to make Slayers kid friendly, even after going so far as to have Lisa Ortiz re-record the Dragon Slave spell chant to remove the word blood.
Okay.
But then they bought more stuff. They bought Magic Knight Ray Earth. They bought Escaflowne. And you know what they did with all of these series they bought the rights for?
They neutered them to shit.
Worse.
Oh no.
They didn't even release them.
What?
Fox only released Escaflowne in a bullshit cut-up version that completely bastardizes it. And then they said, oh, sorry, Toonami, you wanted to show these anime that are pretty popular in Japan? Sorry, we have the rights and we're not going to do anything with them.
Get fucked.
And then, in another show of weird corporate bullshit, Slayers was available on Funimation streaming platform.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Love it. And then Funimation merged with Crunchyroll, and they were merging their catalogs together. Awesome.
Hell yeah.
More
that's
stuff,
great.
one subscription. Except
Excellent.
they didn't bring any Slayers over at all.
Because Fox was like, this is ours.
No, nothing to
Oh.
do with that.
Oh.
They just didn't bring some of their crap over. There's the same company. The rights were still now owned by Crunchyroll / Funimation. They just
Mhm.
didn't move them over. They're really trying hard to kill this damn show.
But it keeps coming back, baby. Because weird little podcasts decide to review them. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and I would love if it was more popular, because then we'd actually get merch and figures that don't cost $500. I
Can
sent you
3D
some-
print anything? Or oh yeah, you did. You did send me things. Oof.
I did.
Yeah, you sent me
Well,
things.
the Naga one is 90% boob,
Holy moly.
but the
Yeah,
kimono
she's-
figure,
Boobalicious.
beautiful, great facial expression, barely anywhere made because of, lack of, interest, of course.
Yeah.
And now it's like $500,
Jeez.
which is bullshit.
They are cute. I will give you that.
I also think the series.
Whoa!
What?
The labia.
Oh, yeah. I
Look
told
at
you.
the detail.
They went all
Holy
out on that.
moly.
that Naga figure.
They're like, we got to make this thigh gap bigger so that we can really, really emphasize the labia. Wow. Holy moly. Just display that in your house. Why do I feel like the $22,000 Astarian sex doll would be less embarrassing than that crazy ass Naga figurine? Holy moly.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I still love her as a character, though. She laughs like,
Oh. Sorry, I don't know why I laughed like a Norwegian stereotype.
But Slayers, unfortunately, after season 4 and 5 being so poorly received, was basically put on ice. And we probably
Oh.
will not see anything, including a modern remake, for a very long time, which is unfortunate because I think this show would look really good with like a modern MAPPA remake.
Hey, you don't know the scope of our influence? Come on, people, get in the comments. Go tell people we want a modern remake of this. Go, my minions, go!
Anyways, do you get now, I'm assuming because of your notes, why I called Gowrie a golden retriever?
Oh, absolutely. He is such a wonderful himbo.
Not a thought in that little head of his.
Oh, nothing going on in between those ears.
Now, for new watchers of the show, and maybe even you, Lindsay,
Probably me.
they might be like, hey, this guy sounds like Brock from Pokemon.
Oh, I didn't think that at all.
But in reality, it's actually Brock from Pokemon that sounds like Gowry because Gowry came first.
Oh, well, there we go, everybody. Chicken or egg. Turns out Gowry.
It did take some time for me coming back to the series to like adjust to that because all I can think of is just Brock. But that's okay.
I mean, Zelgadas, I was just like, Alucard. No.
I was going to say, did you know that? Yeah, I guess you would know when you realized he was Crispin Freeman that it was.
I was like, I know this vampire.
I love the voices in the show. Even Amelia's, who is like a weird kind of like whiny girl. Yeah. It just makes sense for some reason.
Yeah, she's like a tiny child-esque character. It makes sense that she has kind of a tiny annoying voice because children are annoying.
And then there's Lisa Ortiz,
who
does Lina. And I love Lina's voice.
She's got a stacked IMDb.
Oh yeah, I love her. It's probably one of my favorite character voices. One of, not the, but one of. But also because she does Deedlit from Record of Lodoss War.
You love Deedlit.
I do. So she does two of my favorite characters. So
Deedlit.
Hell yeah, Lisa Ortiz. If for some reason you come across this, you should come on our podcast and we will watch the OG. I don't care if it's next week. We'll do it again.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. She just like is a subscriber and listens every week.
Oh yeah, if only. That's actually who Swamp Wizard is on Patreon. It's secretly.
Oh my gosh,
Lisa.
That's who Swamp Wizard is.
Because we don't know who they are beyond that.
I know. So. Swamp Wizard, reveal yourself.
So you obviously have already heard the theme song.
Yes, I have. The Spanish guitar adventure hour, whatever.
Honestly, it's not like your normal kind of fantasy intro, but it works.
It does work for it. And it makes people look super cool and get you excited to watch the show.
Hell yeah. Spanish guitar for like that otherworldly adventure just fits.
It's great.
The end song's a banger too.
I didn't listen to it.
I was gonna say, I doubt you've listened to it.
I don't have time for ending credits.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Yeah, I know. Is my name in credits sometimes? Absolutely. Would I love for people to stay and watch it? Yeah. Am I going to do it myself? No. I'm terrible. Hey, everybody. I'm a beacon of hypocrisy.
Well, did you at least ever listen to the coming up next stuff?
No.
Oh, it does it in like a fun...
It felt like such a spoiler. I was like, I don't want to know what's next. I want to know what's next when I'm watching it.
That's fair. It's just, they do it in like a fourth wall breaking kind of way. Like they talk to the audience.
Oh, cool.
Like at one point, I think Zelgadas is like, yeah, next episode's kind of like episode 12. When he's referencing like something that goes down. And so like they're kind of breaking the wall with that, which is fun and cute.
I do love a little fourth wall break. Who was it that said third wall break once? And we were like, what?
Video Girl I.
Oh, it was Video Girl blah, blah, blah.
Yes, exactly.
Sorry, someone hit the fast forward button on my videotape.
Anyway,
it sounds like you're gargling Listerine.
Gross.
Oh my gosh, are you a voice actor?
No, that Kuwabara thing fucked my voice up hardcore. Yeah. I'm going through some like anyone who's been listening for the whole time. I'm going through some throat stuff, and my voice has been slowly.
Sorry.
Okay, chill out now.
I also wish I was going through some throat stuff, but you know, it's dry.
I don't know if you want me to include that.
I don't care.
Okay, I guess I'm leaving it in. I'm going through some throat stuff, so my voice has been kind of changing. And while it's been getting back to a little bit of normal, it still gets raw really easily. So normally I can do like big gruff voices for like a long time. But now just doing the Kuwabara thing for that one episode completely fucked me up for like multiple days.
You just gotta go, hey, I don't know. I don't have any help for you.
Anyways, the people came here for
Drink
Slayers.
Honey. Throat coat.
You just call me the throat goat?
No, I said throat coat.
Oh, the tea. They're all minty.
Yeah, now who's the horny one?
I can't drink that shit because it's minty.
Oh, we're right. You have that mint thing.
You mean the thing where it physically burns my skin?
I remember when we were driving and I put on mint lip chap and you're like, I need to open a window.
You know what was worse than that? When we went to the farmer's market and we were looking at soaps and you picked up a soap and said, oh, this one smells amazing, and shoved it in my face as I took a massive inhale and then proceeded to almost projectile vomit all over the floor.
Wasn't dating me really fun?
This was after that.
This is after?
Yes.
Oh, man.
You were just trying to kill me, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Anyways, Slayers.
Speaking of slaying, Oh man.
Episode 1 of Slayers. God
Yeah,
damn it.
it's great. We
All right, episode 2 of Slayers.
that's the show. Subscribe on Patreon.
Oh man, episode 1.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay. So it opens with Lina getting a mysterious letter and her going, "How do they know I was here? I don't know. Now we go to a council meeting. And who's all here? All men. Who needs women on this council when you can have just men? Great. The 90s.
Admittedly, Phil, the king, he does let his daughter be in control of the military.
Nepotism. Great. Yeah, that makes me feel better. She gets it because her dad is the king. Oh man. But yes, apparently there's a barrier that's vanished. How fun. So yeah, she shows up. I don't know. They're gonna just continue talking about how this like mysterious barrier that's been keeping them safe for so long is finally gone. And they don't know how it disappeared when Lina and Gory? Gowry? Like dowry, but with a G.
Sure.
Turns out Lina got rid of the barrier, so that solved that really, really quickly. But now there's a mysterious pillar of light. Who knows what this is? Zell shows up, so that's really fun.
Do you like Zell?
I do like Zell, but I feel like I'm biased because it's Crispin Freeman and I love his voice. So I don't know. I'm sure he's kind of like a sassy little guy, sassy little rock golem person.
Currently cursed to be like that.
Oh, so is he like slowly turning to rock?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it gets worse. I just know that he has a normal skin form that he's trying to get back to.
He's not normally blue?
Or like full of stones.
Yes, so they're like getting ready to set off on their adventure, and this random lady with weird orbs on her head shows up.
Philia?
Yeah, Philia. And she's like, "I'm the one who assembled you all."
That is way too kind of a voice for her.
I know.
She's more like I'm the one who sent you all.
I'm the one who gathered you all.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Now I must test your power to see if... That's just Stuart. It's just Stuart. She's like, "We got to test you to see it." And while this is happening, Gowry lifts her skirt. Because we can't have an anime without someone lifting up a goddamn skirt.
At least he had a reason that wasn't for pervy reasons.
It is true. He thought he saw a tail. Which, like, when I first saw it, I was like, shut up. And then I was like, as the series progressed on, I was like, okay, fine. I guess.
He's not a pervert. He's like the complete opposite of that.
He's just Mr. Peanut Butter.
He's just Mr. Peanut Butter. Oh my God, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, Gowry's Mr. Peanut Butter.
Oh no.
I love it.
And in case you're curious, the relationship between Gowry and Lina never actually fully hits of realization.
Oh.
People will joke about them being together, but it never actually gets finalized that they are a thing.
I was gonna say, what about this picture you sent me? That looks like they're kind of a thing.
They're cozy, but it's never confirmed.
We have a similar picture of us in the winter in the same position when we were dating.
I know. I'm just saying that they don't ever fully confirm, at least not as far as I know, that they're a thing. I Googled it and it said no. So,
but yes, so she's like, "I want you guys to do this thing for me, but I also want to test to see how powerful you are." And then just disappears. So they're at the boat launch and there's like glowing balls or orbs or something. I don't really know, but there's a dragon that is released that has romance novel hair, as I put in my notes. There's some Fabio shit going on the head of it, which is great. And there's a bow on the tail. Which
golden dragon.
Ooh, golden dragon. How lovely.
You do know what the dragon is, right?
Yeah, it's Philia.
Okay, just making sure. In case that's somehow...
At this point, I didn't know it was Philia.
Really?
No.
She had a tail that Gowry was looking for.
I thought Gowry was full of shit.
All right.
I just thought she had like a dragon on call to like serve her. I don't know. That's what I thought it was.
That's fair.
But yeah, so the dragon shows up and the captain of the ship is like, "Fuck this shit, I'm out," and just like abandoned ship. So that's fun. And so while this is happening, there's like a giant battle in the ocean. It's kind of crazy. And then Lina's like, "I'm a sorcerer. I can just end this right now and like cuckoo choose something right into the ocean."
Uses her dragon slave technique.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Her dragon slave technique.
It's meant for slaying dragons.
It blasts the ocean and causes a tsunami and just fucks a lot of shit up.
I love when people have to say the names of their spells or like chant actual incantations. And they do
Mm.
that in this series. She can't cast Dragon Slave without casting the incantation first. And it just kind of makes it feel a little more raw because a lot of fantasy is just like you're just sending out all of these crazy spells and never saying what they are in a lot of shows. And it's like, no, no, no. I want you saying Fireball. I want you saying Lightning Blast. I want you to chant the damn words to that spell like a ritual, you bastards.
I don't know. It just makes you seem weak that you need to talk.
No, it feels more magic-y.
I don't know. We'll fight about this.
Anyways, battling in the ocean.
Battling in the ocean. Somehow, after this giant tsunami from her dragon slaving technique, the tsunami hits like everything and sinks every ship except for theirs somehow. And so they're like, you know what? We just fucked up a lot of shit back home. Let's go to the outer world and not go back
while
there.
taking the king's daughter Amelia with them.
Yeah, that's fine.
Now, you know, Amelia traveled with them before,
Mhm.
but her reaction to seeing them and trying to hide herself is because of the shit that they put her through previously.
She was like, no, don't make me go back.
She is a sweet, innocent girl, and she does not want to be dealing with these people.
I mean, they're kind of a riot. They're kind of ridiculous.
I'd go with that party.
It's definitely a chaos crew.
Oh, yeah. No, that is like, everyone in there is chaotic. Even like the himbo is just like, I think at one point she's like, don't get provoked. And he's like, I'm already provoked. And like just keeps attacking.
And he's got this like really crazy powerful sword, but he's the dumbest one.
Yeah. Anyway, that's pretty much episode 1.
Yeah, that's episode 1 for everybody. It's a really complex show, so you really need to pay attention because there's a lot of moving bits going on. Anyways, on to episode 2, where we start with them just lost at sea. And apparently it's been 7 days without food, which I'm like, wouldn't you be dead? But this is a children's cartoon, so I guess we can't do that.
Oh, you said the word cartoon.
Oh shit, son of a bitch! This is a children's anime, so we can't do that. I don't know. But there's a bunch of birds flying around, so they kind of catch one. I'm like, yeah, kill the damn bird. Have some chicken. Treat yourself. I don't know. But then I think it's Zell that's
Zell,
like, no, it means there's land nearby, so let it go. And I was like, there's like 6 other birds. Kill this one.
Yeah,
Like,
but a scared bird that's been grabbed like that is going to fly back to its safe space.
Oh, that's fair.
It's an island. Well, not really. It's a coastal town.
Yeah, it's something like that. This is when we kind of get like the first look at the baddies. And they're just like generic, like, hello, governor, we're gonna go get her. We're gonna go cause a little rough and tumble.
I cannot take these bad guys seriously.
No, not at all.
So specifically the fox. Does the fox sound of sort of like a specific Pokemon to you
No.
from the Pokemon movie we watch?
Pikachu?
No.
Meowth?
There you go.
Is it Meowth?
Yes. The voice actress also did Meowth after this. So this was like the precursor to Meowth. It's Meowth with like a shitty British accent.
It's a real shitty accent.
Like, I want to try and recreate it, but I can't nail it down.
I know. I'm like, I feel like the keyword is, yeah, like, hello, governor.
Well, that's the one guy. The Meowth one is like a higher pitch, like Meowth. But like British, like Tommy with British, Meowth, you know, we're gonna do like this, mate. Like, but Meowth, you know, I can't fucking do it. I don't know.
I think it was great. We'll go over there. We'll pop a one. I just want to apologize to everybody from the UK. You have accents that sound beautiful sometimes, not when I do them. So, my dear British friends, apologies.
I can tell you our percentage of British listeners.
Ooh.
They make up 7% of our audience.
Wow. I'm so sorry to 7% of our audience. Everyone else, you can laugh.
Anyways.
Oh man, but yeah. So we get a flash for baddies. It's great. But we go back to our main crew, and they attack the coast. Like they smash into the coastal town on their ship, and kind of attack out of hunger. And I don't even know what's happening. I wrote down that Gowry, damn it, has the sword that the baddies are looking for. Yeah, the like fox guy. He's like, I have a bunch of bombs. That could be your spells. And then they just do a water spell. And it just
puts all the bombs out?
Yeah. He's like, damn it.
So I love that the main thing Lina and Gowry care about is food.
Yeah. They're like Shaggy and Scooby.
Gowry is so hungry that they have like skinny Gowry for most of this battle. And the only time he looks like he's no longer skinny is after he accidentally eats a bomb.
Oh, yeah, his, like, crazy long gout face.
Yeah.
Gained, whatever.
I love that they shoot a cannon at Zell
Yep.
and he just like tanks the hit. And he's like,
I'm made of stone, motherfucker.
and then passes out. He can tank it, but he's gonna get the headache.
He's gonna have a little bit of a nap after. Oh, man. But, yeah, after this battle, we get, the weirdest mukbang as a reward,
I have to
so
say, I love an impromptu tea party.
Oh, man. And, yeah, so Ophelia, joins back, and she transforms from her dragon form into her human form, and apparently there's a prophecy of destruction that they talk about, which, alright. Can't have a cartoon without a prophecy of destruction.
Fair.
And then, oh my gosh, this part made me laugh. So Ophelia reveals that Lina is not like the first choice for this mission.
You're a follow-up.
She's the fill-in because the other person had a part-time job, so they had other commitments they couldn't commit to this.
Yes.
And she opens the letter and then immediately freaks out in like the most over-dramatic way. She summons a pyramid. She goes into the pyramid. She carves herself a sarcophagus, gets in the sarcophagus, and then makes the pyramid disappear.
Underground?
What?
Yeah. I love that scene.
Oh man, I laughed so hard.
It's because like it's so over the fucking top. She could have
Oh,
just been
yeah.
like, oh my god, and ran around. But no, they animated the whole creation of all of this pyramid stuff.
It was excellent. Oh man, I laughed so hard at this. It was great. And then yeah, turns out the first choice was her sister.
So, okay, here's some backstory on this for you.
Give it to me.
We actually don't learn her sister's name until way later in this, like the series as a whole.
Okay.
And we never actually see her sister's full face. Bangs always cover her eyes, and we've only ever seen her once in the manga and once in this second episode here. But her sister's name is Lina Inverse.
Oh, so Luna and Lina.
And she's a powerful holy knight,
Okay.
but
Not
she
like a
really
paladin?
likes her part-time job as a waitress. She used to punish Lina whenever Lina would act out as a kid, which is why Lina is so afraid of making her mad. The one example I found online was that Lina once projected images of her taking a bath to make some money from some schoolboys.
Stop doing that, people.
And like I said, it's a weird thing they love doing in anime. And then she like beat the ever living crap out of her with magic and spells to the point where in other parts in the series, someone would be like, wow, that was a really powerful hit you just took, but you're okay. And she would literally go, oh, my sister has done worse to me.
What little sibling energy.
Yeah, it's very funny, but we never actually
Oh,
properly
man.
meet her sister. It's this thing of like, no, not her.
That's a very logical response.
Yeah, and of course it also means she's forced to actually go ahead with this quest.
The end of this episode is just the baddie plotting to take the Sword of Light and killing Lina. That's
Yeah.
pretty much the end of it.
Like I said, the first couple episodes are a little slow.
A little bit.
They're a little slow on that. Here's a fun fact. I'm pretty sure, because episode 3 just starts with them again eating ungodly amounts of food.
And then heading off to get dessert.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that at least 33% of the episodes in this series start with them eating.
Again, it's just Scooby-Doo.
Honestly, yeah, there's so much eating in this. It's insane.
It's great. I'm not mad at it.
No.
Oh man. But yeah, so after they go and search for dessert, they've all kind of like gone off to do their own little special quests or whatever.
Yeah.
Amelia climbs on top of a giant tower and a crowd gathers around because they're like, oh my gosh, why is this child on top of this tower?
But she just wants to sing from the highest point that she can find to
Exactly.
express her happiness.
And while she's doing this, cloaked figure throws a frog down an old woman's back. So she flies down to help this woman out, and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh!" And they're just like, "What is going on?" And she starts like preaching to them, I guess, because they've never seen power like hers before.
No, and here's the thing. When I'm playing D&D and a DM is like, oh, so in my world, there's barely any magic. So if you're going to play a magic user, you'll never actually be able to get beyond level 3 with them. So you're going to have to multi-class. I've had that before. I quit
Gross.
that game. Fuck
Yeah,
that
that's
shit.
fair.
I understand
I would
low
quit that
magic
game.
worlds, but I don't like playing in them.
You're playing a fantasy game. You should have magic. That's so boring.
But in this case, I like it because it's like this area of the world was locked away, which means that their power really like got exemplified.
hmm
And the rest of the world is just like making lights happen. And so everyone's like, holy shit, that girl just flew.
What? It's quite lovely. Oh my gosh. And she's just like, she's so cute about it and not
Mhm.
creepy.
No, she's like the sweet little healer girl.
Mhm.
But then there's Zell.
Who finds the unopenable temple? And he's like, great, perfect.
Yeah.
I'm going to open it.
Guy's like, no, you can't. What are you talking about? You physically can't open it.
I literally told you it's called the unopenable temple. And he's like, oh, fine. Magic.
I was going to
opens it.
say, like, I love that his answer to locked doors is just to blow it up. Like, Vox Machina could never.
Oh, well, doors are the bane of their existence.
I'm pretty sure Bro gets into like 12 dozen temples that are sealed in an hour, and that would have taken 7 live episodes of Critical Role.
Yeah. It's not a door, it's a thing of evil. So yeah, they basically just go on a temple crawl, and there's a scuffle in the street because I don't even they think that Zell is a demon.
Well, to
'Cause
be
again, he's part rock golem.
I was gonna say, and to be fair, he is blowing up all of their sealed off temples.
That is true.
And he likes that they think he's a demon at first, because like, ooh, I can pretend to be evil for a little bit.
Which is like the best.
He's
But-
just cocky little shit.
Exactly. Philia gets like filled with anger that they're all just procrastinating. She's like, "Can you just go already? Like, take this thing seriously. I need you to go do this."
It's because Zell and Amelia, they're like, young angel, a demon's attacking the town. Go fight him. And then it's just Zell. And they're just staring at each other like a cowboy standoff or whatever, just being
They're
like,
I
I don't
know him.
Yeah, what? And then yeah, Philia just like clocks the shit out of Zell.
Oh man, it's great.
Also, sorry, hold on. She's giving them shit for causing all of this trouble and destruction. She literally aided in destroying a port just to test their powers.
Yeah, like pot meet kettle. What is going on? Wow. The hypocrisy. We also got a cutscene of the thieves trying to pull a legendary sword, but they can't.
Good old
And one of
sword in the
them-
stone.
Yeah, one of them suggests a bomb, which they're
Meow.
immediately like, no, don't do that. And so the other one just keeps giving himself a hernia to try to pull this thing out.
the little fox guy,
Gillis.
yeah. I was gonna say Meowth actually. Little Meowth is kind of like Minnie May from Gunsmith Cats.
Oh my gosh.
Everything is explosives.
Bam.
Bam.
Bam. It's hilarious. I love it. I love it. I love it. We go back and Philia finds out that they may have gotten a monster involved, the baddies. And she's like, yeah, shit. And then what happens? Hot Baddie appears and introduces himself by firing magic at them. It's great. Great. His name is Volgov. Valgov.
Valgov?
Valgov. Yes, that's his name. And he is the Demon Dragon King servant.
Mm-hmm.
So that sounds pretty bad because that's a lot of words.
We all know that the more words you have in your title, the eviler you are.
It's true. Oh man, but he just, fires a fireball at them and we end the episode there. Perfect. On to episode 4, we pick up in the battle.
I know I already said it, but God, like I sent you the photo that he has the like crow version of himself, like Howl from Howl's Moving Castle.
Oh yeah.
And I was just like, as soon as I saw that again, I was just like, man. Lindsay.
I know.
Every time I'm
I know.
watching something for the show, one of the number one things I will always pick up on is which one you're going to think is the hot one.
Hey, it makes doing this podcast interesting. Well, that's what we'll do for Valentine's Day. We'll do a showdown and you'll just pit all the characters that I've found attractive against each other and make me choose who's the ultimate.
I'm going to find you the hottest boil of vampire anime you've never seen.
Oh my gosh, please. I need that.
Anyways.
That'll be my only sole purpose now, is to find a boil of vampire anime.
Tag us on social media if you know a good one, preferably retro.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, anything.
Well,
Do
for the
it.
podcast retro, for Lindsay, she'll take anything.
For my personal life, I will take any.
20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2010s.
Anything from the future. If you have like heads up on content that's coming out in the next 20 years, let me know. If you are a vampire yourself and you've been around since the 1700s and I don't know, you're tall and have long, beautiful hair and, hit me up. Don't you fucking dare! You cannot keep that in.
I'm going to leave it in. I'm going to bleep out what I say.
Fine.
Anyways, on to episode 4. where we
Yes.
get to see more of our hot skinny baddie.
He was pretty great. There's a lot of sarcastic banter between Lina and Valgov, which is excellent. I love when enemies are just exchanging witty, sarcastic repartee.
So it's not too serious enough of a show where they can't spend a good couple minutes just like slinging insults.
100%. It's great. Read each other like a coloring book.
Usually people make fun of Lina for her height, especially in the OG series,
Okay.
because she is
'Cause
canonically
she's
very
small?
tiny.
But no, it's great. And then, yeah, Golden Retriever Boy attacks with his Sword of Light. And they're like, "You have it?" He's like, "It's been passed down through my family for years." Oh my gosh. And yeah, the big bad evil guy is like, "Can you just take the sword already?" Zelos is now here, I wrote down.
I was going to say, well, it doesn't matter because Zelos, the smug little shit.
Oh my gosh, so smug. I was like, I want to punch this guy in the face.
So, okay. In the novels, he's
Mhm.
outright hated. They hate him, they don't tolerate him. He's the worst. He's actually a monster. He may look human, but he is a monster. His normal monster form is like a swirling black cyclone. He's incredibly powerful, but in the anime they're like, well, we're going to tolerate him and kind of like have him help us every now and again, but he is like just the worst. His whole point, he's so powerful, he'd kill everyone pretty much, but he's just like, you know what? I'm just going to fuck with people. He calls himself like a trickster. He has
I can see him being a
plans,
trickster character.
but he's
That makes
mostly a
sense.
trickster. And it's just like, I love him, but I hate him just because he's just like the cockiest little smug shit with his always little closed eyes, like he's giggling away.
Oh, it's the worst.
His little bangs and purple cut.
Fuck off. Good one. Well, yeah, because they're like talking and they're like, you didn't even like, you can do this. You can just make everything stop. And he's like, yeah, I could, but I won't. And you're like, everything would be so much easier.
Look, he's got his plans that he won't tell them because he wants them to fulfill the prophecy.
I mean, at least he does like fight Valgov.
I was gonna say he does like help to fight a little bit,
Yeah.
and like that weird because they pull the sword out
Yeah. And it makes like everything shake or whatever.
and then summons a wiener.
Everything does the Harlem shake. Wait, what?
The sandworms that the sword.
Yeah, the weird penis thing.
Yeah,
I
they're
literally
so
wrote weird
phallic.
penis monster.
Yes,
It's veiny. I don't like it.
they're fighting, and the whole point is that they're like distracting from these like minions finally pulling the sword out because the guy's like, yeah, fuck it, who cares if there's an earthquake?
Mhm.
And then yeah, it releases all of these little penises, and they're not little, they're long and skinny. Hey, look, everyone's got a preference. But like, it's just they look so phallic, and they're flesh colored.
I know. I was like, the creature designers really needed to change some things. Yeah, and what happens is like in between like the first battle and then the second battle, Valgov gets some sort of like light sword galv thing. And so
Glaive?
a glaive. And so him and Gowry like have to also start fighting. I don't even know. So the others are like, we have to get the sword back in the ground so that it can put the penis monster back. And Zell is like, hey, Amelia, how much do you weigh? And then she gets mad. And he's like, no, this is for science to like, I'm not being a dick.
I love how they give the tiniest, smallest little girl this giant sword and her said, run through all those worms at first.
Yep.
Until Zell comes up with his wind cannon.
He just physics that shit.
I will admit,
Science,
I do
bitch.
like that he's like can do stuff, but he like likes to do science.
Yeah.
I do
that is
dig
pretty
that.
cool.
But they just like shoot her through the air.
And it works perfectly, which I was like, that makes sense. Like, you don't have a lot of time to solve this problem. Physics.
Hell
Live,
yeah.
laugh, love that for us. But yeah, so that like, and the thing is, before they like, I remember before they like go back to battle, when Valgov gets the like weird sword thing,
Mhm.
the big bad is like, make sure you don't cross the streams. And he's like, yeah, you got it. But then in battle, he does that. Like the light parts like clash and it causes weird stuff to happen. And so the big bad evil guy shows up and like basically is like, now son, I told you not to cross the streams. So we gotta go home now. And so they're in like this weird pillar of protection. And the other people are like, throw shit at him, get him. And
You had one goal.
yeah, one goal. But yeah, and that's kind of where we end our 4 episodes. Like, we've got the objectives of like, they want to kill Lina. They want to get the Gorum Nova, which is the light sword. And then the 3 is they have a weapon that's more powerful than this sword, and it's the Holy Sword of the Sand People. So those were their 3 objectives, and they didn't do any of them.
Well, that if they did, we'd be cutting everything's too short, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so you've now seen some Slayers.
Mm-hmm.
Would you watch more Slayers in the future?
I think I would.
Specifically, Slayers the motion picture, where it follows Lina and big ol' booby Naga, the serpent.
Well, if you put it that way, yes, absolutely. Sign me the fuck up.
There is a hot spring scene.
Ooh, of course there is. It's anime. There's always a fucking hot spring scene.
Yep. All right. So how you may already know during your research, but what do you
No,
think?
because I'm a professional and I didn't look at the score when I pulled up the Mal page.
Shushums. What do you think people rated this show?
That is a good question because it's a pretty. I could see it being a liked show.
Mhm.
You know, there's fun characters, there's dumb moments, it's colorful.
Mhm.
I want to say like a 7.14.
Higher.
Really? Okay. What is it?
Slayer's Try comes in at a 7.80.
Oh wow, it came
Now-
in like actually pretty high.
Slayers is a liked series. It's
I
one
mean,
of those.
it's delightful.
Yeah, it's like a nice, simple fantasy with fun characters. It's a good time. Thank you all for watching this week's episode of Animates. If you want to get more, we've got over 60 episodes of content available across multiple platforms, including a YouTube channel that has non-podcast episodes of some more long-form videos and some funny shorts at youtube.com/@Animates. You can also follow us on social media at Animates, pretty much everywhere. But if you want to support the show, you can head over to our Patreon at patreon.com/Animates and either join for free or join with your dollars. Speaking of people who have joined with their dollars, we'd like to give a shout out, starting with our supporting characters. We've got a new one this week. We'd like to give a shout out to our newest ones each week. We've got Hi Say Holmes.
Hohenhof?
Welcome to the Discord as well. We've also got our Retro Cutie tier. So thank you for the support on there. And moving on to our Chibi Champions this week, we've got Swamp Wizard again, who is still chilling alone in that tier, y'all. So if you want to jump in on that tier with them, you'll give them some company, and I'm sure they'd love it. But moving on to our Nostalgia Wizards, we've got with a new name this week, Butler Rat wonders when Animates or Anime Out of Context will cover his favorite childhood show, Mazinger Z,
Ooh,
which
interesting.
is another mech show that came out around the same time as Crapro Bunch.
Oh,
That hopefully, and I've been told by them previously, is way better than Crapper Bunch. So I'm a little nervous to review it because we might lose our patron if we don't like it. But if you want to get access to our Discord, ad-free episodes, all that kind of jazz, head to our Patreon and sign up. So we'll catch you next week when Lindsay is hosting. But before that, we've got a Neon Genesis Evangelion episode coming out this week.
Oh my gosh.
Where Lindsay had her mind slowly broken. And I don't mean that like as a joke. I mean, she was physically stressing over watching these episodes.
Yeah.
So that'll be a really good one. Yeah, that'll be a really good one to listen to. So check that out this coming Thursday and all of our other ones every other Thursday. And we will catch you next time on Animates.
Ciao, ciao, my lovelies.